Hello and welcome to Pacific Dialogue. I'm your host, Yun. First of all, let me show you the Committee of the Year in the intelligence community.
The People's Republic of China has 2 million strong in its military, and it's trying to make them stronger through, gene editing.
And this is just mind-blowing. And just when you start to question this high-ranking official who apparently gets his daily intelligence briefing from Marvel Comics, Maria Bartiromo jumped in.
2 million communists to try to make them better and more equipped to handle extreme weather, more equipped to handle chemical attacks. Pretty extraordinary the lengths that they're going.
Seriously? Mr. Ratcliffe is firm in his belief that China is national security threat number 1. Is China really a threat? Let's look at what former U.S. President Jimmy Carter once said.
But they are very careful to avoid any engagement in war. They are basically a peaceful country, which gives them another advantage over the United States when we are much more inclined to go to war for various reasons.
If the rapid economic growth of China constitutes national security threat number 1 for the U.S., would it be fair to argue then that, as the world's most powerful nation, the U.S., which maintains 800 military bases in more than 70 countries and territories around the world, is international security threat number 1? How about the fact that 5 of the 11 U.S. combatant commands are targeting non-U.S. territories? Or that if you look closely at a map of its bases, it becomes clear that China is actually encircled by U.S. military. The U.S. wars on Iraq, Libya, Syria, Afghanistan, and Yemen, to name a few, have left millions of innocent civilians dead or displaced. Establishing and supporting regimes in oil-rich countries that favor U.S. interests in name of preserving freedom and democracy is the height of altruistic hypocrisy. The world warily waits for the next weapons of mass destruction scenario. Former U.S. President Carter also said, "Since 1979, China has not wasted a single penny on war, while the U.S. has stayed at war, wasting $3 trillion US. Today, we can't help but lament how much this wasted money could do to improve the lives of regular American people." Currently, COVID-19 deaths surpass 335,000 in the U.S., with seniors and people of color bearing the brunt. As the Berkeley professor Robert Reich commented on Twitter on U.S. aid to its own people, providing a measly $600 check to survive the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression while doling out more than $1 million per minute to the Pentagon is the real looting in America. We strongly urge the U.S. government to turn its attention to caring for its people instead of focusing its valuable resources on a misguided China threat. Cranking up China threat, questioning presidential election results, and promoting a COVID-19 conspiracy theory speak volume about Mr. Ratcliffe's capability as the nation's top spy. He will most likely be remembered as a faithful servant and loyal follower of his master, Donald Trump, if he is even remembered.